Sarah had always been a determined girl. Growing up in a small, worn-out house on the outskirts of town, she knew the meaning of struggle. Her parents worked tirelessly every day, her father as a mechanic, and her mother as a seamstress. Despite their best efforts, money was always tight. There were days when Sarah had to go without a meal, and nights when she lay awake, listening to her parents whispering, trying to figure out how to pay the next utility bill. Yet, despite the hardships, Sarah's parents believed in education. They often told her,
No matter how tough it gets, education is the one thing that no one can ever take away from you.
those words became Sarah's driving force. Sarah's dreams were big, and she knew that to achieve them, she had to stay focused on her studies. But as she entered high school, the world outside began to press in on her. It wasn't just the financial struggles that made things difficult for Sarah. It was the pressure of being a teenage girl in a society that had started to make her feel like her worth was tied to how she could use her body. One afternoon, Sarah was walking home from school when she was approached by a well-dressed man who seemed to be in his 30s. He offered her a way out, a shortcut to the future she longed for.
I can help you with your fees. All you need to do is give me a little favor, and you'll never have to worry about money again.
I don't need your money, okay? Stay away from me.
Please, just listen to me.
I said stay away.
Sarah's heart sank as she realized what he was implying. The temptation to give in was there. The weight of her parents' struggles, the constant battles to make ends meet, the idea that maybe she could help ease their burden. But as she looked into the man's eyes, something within her refused to yield. She thanked him politely and walked away, her heart pounding. That night, she couldn't sleep. The thought of what she'd been offered stayed with her, gnawing at her conscience. What if she really did take the easy way out? What if it was the only way to survive? But deep down, Sarah knew that selling herself for money wasn't a path she was willing to walk. She was worth more than that. She remembered the words of her mother, who had always taught her that a person's dignity and self-worth could never be traded for anything. The next day, Sarah told her parents everything. They were heartbroken by the offer but proud of their daughter for resisting. They hugged her tightly, assuring her that they would find a way to get through this together. From that day on, Sarah doubled down on her studies. She worked harder than ever, often staying up late to complete assignments and learn new things. She became the top student in her class, and although her parents couldn't afford to pay for all the extra tuition fees, Sarah found creative ways to get ahead. She used the local library for free resources, joined online forums for academic support, and started tutoring younger students in exchange for small amounts of money. Though Sarah still faced hardships, there were many nights when she went to bed hungry, and many times when she questioned if it was all worth it. She never gave up. Her dreams of becoming a lawyer, of lifting her family out of poverty, and of making a real difference in the world never wavered. By the time she graduated from high school, Sarah had earned several scholarships. Her hard work and perseverance paid off when she was accepted into one of the top universities in the country. But Sarah didn't stop there. She kept working multiple jobs, tutoring, and giving back to her community. She knew the value of hard work and wanted to inspire others to follow her path. Years passed, and Sarah graduated with honors, becoming a successful lawyer, specializing in human rights. She used her position to advocate for young women like herself, girls who were tempted by easy money, who didn't see any other option but to sell their bodies for survival. Sarah didn't just succeed, she thrived. She built a foundation to help underprivileged students afford their education, and she mentored countless young women who looked up to her as a role model. Her story spread like wildfire, inspiring others to push through their own struggles and to refuse to let circumstances define their future. In the end, Sarah's success was not just about academic achievement. It was about holding onto her integrity, her dignity, and her values in the face of temptation. Her journey became a beacon of hope for those who had given up on their dreams and a testament to the power of choosing the right path, no matter how hard it seemed. Sarah had refused to sell her body for money when the world tried to pressure her into it. She chose instead to sell her mind, her heart, and her soul to the pursuit of something greater. And in doing so, she not only changed her own life, but the lives of countless others. Sarah became a symbol of strength and resilience, a living proof that no matter how dark the road may seem, There's always a light ahead for those who choose to walk the right path. And as she stood in front of her students, speaking at a local school about the importance of education and self-worth, Sarah couldn't help but smile. She had done it. She had succeeded. And her journey was only just beginning.